Oh my God, I've just received this in the post. This is 2 Slovenian beehives for my present from the most awesome beekeeping girl ever. So this is 2 complete Slovenian AZ hives, which is amazing. Awesome! Notice the groove there, stops the bees getting squashed. So, we're going to have a quick look at this AZ hive that I unboxed yesterday, because there's a lot of things on it I didn't know that were new, and it's just a really nice piece of kit. I just wanted to show you. I can't talk about its performance because I haven't used it yet, but the whole idea is we're going to have 2 here. I'm going to paint them in, one in linseed oil and one in normal, the paint I use on my normal hives, which will give me a comparison. But these are going to be under cover to a certain extent. Where our workshop is, it's like a big warehouse, but it's open side, so there is a bit of air and sometimes humidity does blow in a bit, but generally it's protected. So I just wanted to have a first look at this hive and see how it compares to the ones that I've been looking at with Alicia in Hawaii. These are supposed to be exactly the same, and overall it is the same. It's an AZ hive. So let's just open up. This is the rear door. I got this wrong yesterday because obviously I was so excited with the euphoria of getting 2 brand new hives in the post. But here we are. So basically what I know about this is what I've worked out so far. So when I've been in Hawaii, spot the t-shirt, what we do is we'll work on the bees, and then when we finish we'll close the door. But if you've got bees still around the back, what you can do is you can leave these 1 or 2 vents open, so you can close it up. Then eventually the bees that are stuck in here can make their way out and back over the front. Or you can use these 2 vents for obviously ventilation when it's hot in the summer. So you can leave the door open a bit, heat will rise through and keep it cool. So you get a draft of air through there. So that's one thing. But obviously the door is absolutely fantastic because it does come off as well. So you can take the door off easily if you want to work on it. Secondly, when you get into the nuts and bolts of the inside, you have these 2 locking bars. And obviously this is the rear, so this actually pushes the grills that respect the bee space. It pushes them tight to the back of the bees, so you get that really small bee space, just enough so they won't build in here. So the bottom one is your feeder, okay? Take these 2 bars out, and out they come. And you have these castellations on the inside that actually line up when you put these back in. I think I've shown this to you in the video that I did with Alicia, but they are absolutely fantastic because it keeps everything in line and keeps all the bee space really good. And then you have this bottom one here. This bottom cover is a little bit different because it actually encompasses a feeder as well. So I can show you that, look. There's actually a feeder there, so you can feed into there, and it actually holds quite a bit. I'd say that's probably well over a litre of feed. And you can even take that out if you want to, and then change it. The whole idea about this thing is it's so adaptable, this hive. It's so diverse. And once you start having a few hives, you can swap feeders around, you can do things like that. So when I have a dad-on hive, I have basically 10 frames at the bottom. And I've done a comparison with the frame size, and these AZ hive frames are actually slightly smaller, but not. They're slightly smaller in surface area than my dad-on, but only by about 3 centimetres in depth and about 1 centimetre in width, so they're actually quite big. So I know that my bees that I have here are actually going to be fairly, they're going to cope with these 10 frames pretty well, because I've got, luckily, that little bit of experience in using a similar volume for the size we would get this year. So obviously my bees will start at the bottom. I will take out this queen excluder when I put the bees in, and I will insert just a tray, and that will then keep these bees at the bottom. Okay. Now when they get full, when they start to grow, I'll then put in a queen excluder. Not because I want to really stop them going up, just because I don't want the queen going up to lay. And that's really why you have a queen excluder. But I'll slide this in. It all fits so perfectly. So that slides in there. And then obviously these frames will be mostly the frames I use for my honey. So now we have a cat who's decided to intervene. To all you don't know, this is Nemo. Say hello, Nemo. He's gorgeous. Anyway, he likes the smell of this hive. Now what I was talking about was the honey will be mostly in the top here. And what I've got is all these frames probably will be waxed, have some foundation in the top, or I'll wire them to give them a certain amount of strength. The problem we have here as well, as you know, is our honey crystallizes really quickly. So you can imagine on fresh drawn foundation, it's a recipe for disaster when you stick this in the extractor, because it just spins out and wrecks the whole thing. Or I could use it for cut comb, there's a thought. I mean, I could do that with it, which you can easily do. So I'm not going to really go into the inside of this. What I wanted to show you on this particular model was the fact that this comes with a pollen trap. Okay, so the pollen trap is in the base where you'd expect it, where the bees come in. But the nice thing about this pollen trap, it's built to be really part of this colony, and it's built for the AZ hive, this particular trap. So there's the pollen trap. I'll take the camera off after and give you a better look. But that's the rear tray there, where the pollen will slide in and out when you come to harvest it. There's the tray there, and what happens is the bees come through this front bit under there, and then they come underneath here, past that black part, and they try and get up through here. And this is where they would lose their pollen, and it falls down into the tray, which is there. But it's beautifully made, and it takes the place of the bottom grill or the bottom inspection tray. And what I'm going to do is I'll take this camera out now and show you from the front what it looks like. But I'll slide it back in. You can see how well it fits in there. On the front there is a vent, so if you're ever transporting the hives, you do get some air going in. This piece, this is the front of the pollen trap, and at the moment it's actually down. Okay? So it's down, it's like a little slope, and if you can see, it's like a little slope. And when the bees come in, they go in there and they go straight up to there, into the combs, and they're in the nest straight away, and that's what they'll be used to. So you come along and then you think, right, well, it's a good time to harvest pollen now, there's a lot coming in and the colony's caught up a bit, I don't want to be stalling it too much, but now's the best time if any. So all you do is come in and you lift up this little tray. If I can pop it up, there we go. You lift up the tray there, and there's a wedge that goes in there just to hold it open. I won't put it in hard because it needs just to be wedged in a bit more, but that wedge stops it falling down. And basically the bees then come in and they have to go into the pollen trap. They're diverted underneath. I'll just show you again. You can see that's it with it down, and that's it with it up. So that the bees come in and they have to go inside the hive, up into the pollen trap there. So it's pretty awesome, really. And when things aren't running too quickly, you can reduce the front entrance down with this beautifully made entrance reducer. So that gives you the reduction you need when things aren't going too mad. And then when things do get going, you've got an extra access at the top here. So you have two accesses, just like I've shown you on Alicia's hives. But overall, it's a fantastic piece of kit. It's beautifully made. I've got to unpack the other one yet, but I haven't had a chance. But I wanted just to show you this first unboxing as it was. Not that I've ever done that before, but there you go. That's all ready to go. I'm going to be, as I said, painting one in a standard hive paint and painting another in a linseed oil to see the comparison over a few years and see how they last. But overall, it's absolutely beautiful. It's an amazing present I've received, and I couldn't wish for anything more, to be honest, being a beekeeper. But the workmanship is lovely. It's the standard wood that's been actually cut and put together beautifully. So it's a really nice finish on it. And they reinforce the joints as well, as you can see at the top and the sides. Overall, I mean, it's a joy to work, and I'm slowly getting addicted to these hives. I'm always been a dad-on person myself, but now I'm starting to use these. I'm beginning to see the benefits. But if I really want to benefit
well from having these hives, I need to build a proper bee house to take all these. And then I'll start filling the bee house up. Because if you have a bee house, then you can just stay in the house when the weather's rubbish and work all your bees. It's ideal. Anyway, hope you like that little intro into this hive that I've got here. They're no different, say, to the overall AZ hives. They're the same design, same bee spaces, but they are really nice. And to have this one here is going to be fantastic to show you guys as we fill it up with bees and use it during the summer and see what we can achieve from it in our particular location here in France. There's no reason why it won't perform just the same as it does in Slovenia where they're made. So, hope you like that, and catch you soon. Bye for now.